Drink your coffee, read your sports, listen to the Dream Report. Let pour it pour.
Welcome to the Dream Report. It is Monday morning, April 27th, 2026. I am Marcus.
And I am Dana. This is the Week in Appraising.
Picture the standard appraisal workflow from just a few years ago. You pull a model number off a data plate, you search the major databases for recent auction results or retail listings, you find 5 machines that look close enough to your subject.
Right. You adjust for meter readings and general condition. Maybe you make a small note about tire wear or undercarriage life. That model number used to be a highly reliable proxy for the asset. It told you exactly what market you were operating in and who the likely buyer was.
3 things landed this past week that break that traditional workflow. The model number alone is no longer enough information to identify the market. The exact same model number now lives in 3 different comp pools.
Your old job was finding 5 comparable machines. The new job is deciding which comp pool the subject even belongs in, and then finding 5 comparable machines inside it.
We are tracking 3 specific forces driving this split right now: the physical spec, the documentation trail, and the country of origin.
Let us start with the physical spec. The market is actively splitting around diesel exhaust fluid systems. Equipment World covered this in late April. Develon revealed 2 new compact track loaders, the DT-L26 and the DT-L30, that ship without DEF systems.
Yeah, those 2 models join a small but growing list of compact segment products that ship without diesel exhaust systems. JCB and several other manufacturers already offer no-DEF compact equipment. Buyers notice when they don't have to handle the fluid, deal with the temperamental sensors, or worry about shelf life in freezing winter weather.
The premium for avoiding DEF is well established in other sectors. On a recent Moving Iron podcast episode, Casey Seymour and Greg Peterson noted continued strong demand for pre-DEF agricultural machinery. That was their April 9th episode titled The Importance of Understanding Market Forces.
Exactly. They pointed out that buyers are paying a premium for machines without DEF systems. You see it all the time with older row crop tractors. That same buyer behavior is now showing up clearly in the compact construction market. When you have a small landscaping crew or a residential job site running smaller iron, cutting out the DEF handling saves real time and major maintenance headaches.
That changes the math on the adjustment grid. When a comp set straddles DEF and no-DEF machines, many practitioners are now treating that as a separate adjustment line rather than rolling it into general condition.
The market is pricing the physical difference. If you lump a no-DEF compact track loader into a comp pool with DEF-equipped models of the same size and horsepower, you're missing a distinct value driver. The buyers are treating them as entirely different assets.
The second split is about the paper trail. 2 machines with identical physical specs and identical meter readings are pulling different numbers based entirely on documentation. Equipment World ran another major piece in late April covering Caterpillar's new partnership with Geotab on full fleet telematics. Every CAT machine sold today carries verifiable operating hours and fault code history directly into the resale market. That OEM integration guarantees the data follows the iron. We wrote earlier this week about the documentation premium at auction and our April 24 paper trail premium piece. The CAT and Geotab move is the OEM side version of the exact same trend. Telematics proved the maintenance intervals actually happened.
Right. The Ritchie Bros industry blog recently covered ConExpo sentiment, quoting Eddie Aldrich at Rouse. Aldrich offered an analyst view on the used equipment market mood on dealer floors. Dealers are looking closely at exactly what they're taking in on trade, and they prefer assets with clean, exportable data histories.
Market participants are increasingly pricing the difference between documented and undocumented machines. A buyer will pay a premium for a machine with a verified fault code history over one with just a dashboard meter reading. The risk profile is completely different when you know exactly how much idle time a machine actually has versus time under heavy load.
Right. The market is no longer treating a documented 5,000-hour machine and an undocumented 5,000-hour machine as equal comps. The undocumented machine carries inherent risk, and bidders are pricing that discount in real time. How much should documented condition and verifiable utilization weigh in a comp adjustment?
The market answer is no longer zero. Appraisers are seeing that paper trail translate directly to realized prices on the block and on the retail lot.
The third split hits the cost approach directly. The same model number can now carry different replacement costs depending on country of origin and import date.
AP News reported earlier this month that the CBP CAPE portal had opened for refund claims. Those are the refunds for the Trump tariffs that were declared unconstitutional. The portal officially opened Monday, April 20th, 2026.
We are not going to guess at the refund volume. Customs and Border Protection has not released those numbers yet. The structural shift for appraisers is how the market views future pricing and replacement cost.
CFO.com published data from the PwC America in Motion survey this April. That survey showed 86% of U.S. executives are treating tariffs as a permanent planning assumption.
That creates a permanently fractured pricing environment. The cost approach is increasingly being adapted with tariff origin buckets, with appraisers separating pre-Feb 2026 imports from post-CAPE refund assets. Knowing that baseline before applying depreciation has become essential to the workflow.
Right. Many practitioners are now incorporating a third bucket for post-permanent planning sourcing. The import date and the country of origin dictate the cost basis. A machine that cleared customs before the CAPE portal opened has a different cost structure than one arriving today.
Working appraisers are increasingly cross-checking dealer quotes against the tariff bucket the subject asset falls into. The origin data is just as critical as the model number. The market is pricing the regulatory history of the asset.
That brings us back to the core problem. The old job was finding 5 comparable machines. The new job is deciding which comp pool the subject belongs in, then finding the comparables.
The spec sheet is the comp set now. Many practitioners are now isolating the DEF status, the telematics trail, and the tariff origin before they begin looking for market data.
Working appraisers are looking back at recent reports through 3 lenses. Whether the comp set treated DEF status as a separate adjustment line, whether it rated documented utilization differently, whether it identified country of origin and import date for the cost approach.
The reports that did not address those questions are the ones with hidden assumptions that may not survive review.